I think it's so important because I think each and every one of us, it'd be rare, extremely rare for no one to face adversity or trauma. In fact, if you haven't, I would say it's the opposite. There is something wrong with you to not have felt that, but I'm not sure I'll ever be completely healed from the trauma. But to your point, it's something that you are constantly processing. It's something that you can use to make you stronger, to make you do better introspection, which I think so many of us fail to really do as much as we need to. I thought it was one of the most important chapters of the book, if I have it across chapter 10. And you were talking about the need for self-love, which is something that is a common message that you have given out to your community. But I think it's so hard for so many of us to do. But if we want to be kind to others, if we want to be the person that we can be, it starts with self-love. And I was hoping that you could share some more of that, because I thought you did such a great job in that chapter.
Thank you, thank you. There's this great quote that I talk about in the book. It's Carl Jung, and he talks about how we orbit through the same themes all throughout our lives. And so many times we'll beat ourselves up. Healing isn't linear. Grief isn't linear. Recovery is not linear. There's also no timeline. And I feel like that was so important for me because it helped me relax. I'm a very driven person. I like control. I like to get it done. I was like, whoa, this isn't linear. I'm orbiting. And with each orbit, we pass through a deeper layer of meaning. I believe that the mechanism of healing is that orbiting, is that just going through it. And every time you learn a little bit more about yourself, and maybe you're a little kinder to yourself. And so when we think about self-love, you can be like, ugh, that sounds like really woo-woo. What does that mean? I love myself. I don't love myself all the time. There's parts of myself I really do not like. But you know what I'm committed to? Compassion. I'm committed to curiosity. I'm committed to being kind to myself above anything else. And that is self-love. It really is. And so I remember I did a workshop many years ago and I was teaching mirror work, which is Louise Hay's work. And I thought that this was so innocuous. And I was new at teaching live workshops too. And so I had everybody in the workshop have a little hand mirror. And all you needed to do was look in the mirror and say, I love you, Kris, or your name. I love you, fill in the blank. I really love you. I thought, this is lovely. This is easy. A woman got out of her seat and flew to the front of the class to chew me out, to tell me I will never say that to myself, and how dare you tell me I have to. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea how triggering it can be to look in the mirror and say, I love you, to yourself. And then, so if any of you feel that way, first of all, it's great work. But lean into it with kindness. Am I gonna let myself off the hook more? Am I gonna choose another thought? I don't remember who said this, but we can't choose our first thought, but we can always choose our second thought. Right? The first thought shoots up into your brain and maybe it's a really scary thought, right? But we can choose our second thought. And what would a better thought be? What would a kinder thought be? And if you don't know what to say, what you could say to yourself, what do I think a self-loving person would say? And then take that for a spin. Right? It's really just like walking around talking to yourself, which I do a lot. And some people are like, who is that lady? Is she okay? I'm like, yeah,